Okay. So, like we talked about, O-Dog ends up cooperating. Doc Marshall, who had that whole situation hanging over him for a few years, he fully starts to cooperate, and he starts putting together all the Meech and Terry pieces and showing the authorities how the whole BMF system worked on the back end. So the Fed raids started to happen. They arrested Terry in Missouri at a gambling party. They found $6 million in cash. The Feds kicked down Magic Store in St. Louis. His house got raided and he got arrested. Meech's house in Miami got raided, but Meech was already gone by that time.
Mm-hmm. He's in Dallas.
So he goes to Texas, but they ended up finding where he's at in Dallas. So they ended up getting into his house. He gets arrested. They found a gun in his safe. The lawyer went to go get him out, thinking, okay, this is an illegal search. It's just a gun. No big deal. I'll get you right out. Not knowing that this is actually part of the bigger BMF indictment.
All right.
Now, 42 people got indicted?
The first wave, it was somewhere up in that neighborhood. I didn't get indicted on the first wave.
Right. You actually watched it on the news. You were sitting at home.
Actually,
and
I was on when the night of our club opening of Babylon. I got locked up that night for the fake ID shit. When they raided pinups. Well, they ain't raid pinups. They had sobriety checks on both ends. So you come out of pinup, you can go right, you can go left. No other way. So they had them on both ends, and that's the night they locked. They took my ID, but let me go. They ain't locked me up. They locked up Meech and a couple of other guys, and that's when he peed in a holding cell, in the holding interrogation room or whatever. He peed in the corner. But I got locked up that night, so I was on GPS system. They ended up putting me on GPS system for it was supposed to be for 60 days. So when I ended up getting out, I was locked up for 30 days. I ended up getting out, and they put me on that shit. And Meech sent the phone to me, and we had the church phones back then. He like, look, I ain't never ever heard of a GPS system where then I had a phone I can carry that I hook up to wherever house I go into, and I also had a cell phone that I had to call my PO on and shit. I never had any problems from that PO, but he said he never heard of that shit. So he like, man, you go home. You go home and until you get off of that shit, and then we'll link back up. So I went home, started trying to do some music shit with artists that I started finding and shit. So the shit ended up lasting like 6 months. I told you it was 60 days. It ended up lasting like 6 months. And the day I got off of that shit, Tito called. I ended up catching up with Tito, and I think we was on the three-way. Either Tito came to see me or we was on the three-way, and we talked to Zippo. And he was like, all right, man, I'm gonna see you in a few days. Just go pay the bills and shit. You know what I'm saying? All of the bills we had down. I was like, fuck it, cool. I knew what some money was at, so I was doing that. So like the next day, I hit the church. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. Hit everybody number that I had. They're doing the same thing. I said, oh shit, something ain't right. So I end up, somebody like, man, cut the news on. It was on CNN. You know what I'm saying? And it was like they got indicted, all that shit. Now I don't pay the bill, so I ain't really got no money with me. So I called Doc. They haven't locked Doc up yet. I called Doc. And I like, bro, I need some paper right quick. I just paid the bill. I can't catch bro now. I need some money. He like, man, meet me at the. He got a little club up off Roswell Road. He like, man, meet me at the club at the bar, and I'll give you a couple dollars. So he give me like $5,000. Like, next day, I hit him. I'm like, damn. And that's when I found out that the indictment, the swoop was going on. So I was like, shit, I'm finna drive back to St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? I drove back to St. Louis. And man, ain't nothing happened. Nothing. Like nothing happened. 8 months later, I'm full. I'm in like music mode now. With my artists, I'm trying to get them a deal. You know, hopefully I can get them a deal because I just got a bad feeling about, you know, with bro them getting locked up. Like, man, why the fuck they ain't come get me? You know what I'm saying? So, man, we go to the club in St. Louis, and we just, you know, we all mingling, talking to motherfuckers. I'm talking to executives and shit all the time. I'm talking to the DEA, but we talking about music. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, my artist right here, so I'm J-Bo. So you know, it's time to go. We leave, ain't no problem. Go get in our cars, come out, bust a left, go up to Jefferson, bust a left. By the time we get to Park, before we get to the street called Park, it's a paddy wagon. It's like 5, 6 cars following me. It's a paddy wagon behind the last car. And one of them hit me up like, hey man, that's Seagulls. One of them it was like a bad police down here that always trying to, you know, fuck with people and shit. They like, I think his name was Seagull. They're like, that's the Seagulls dude. I'm like, shit, if he tries something, y'all just block him off and I'm gonna keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? So, man, we made it to the light, to the corner right there. It started raining and shit too. And man, they came from everywhere. Different way. Motherfucker came from everywhere. Like, I'm like, damn, what's going on? You know? Locked me up, one of them throw me in the car with them, one of the agents. And I'm locked up, like, and this motherfucker playing Jeezy. And he rapping it word for word, like we saying word for word, bro. They like, man, did he really say? I hear say what he say. Like, did he really do that? I say, man, y'all motherfuckers crazy. Y'all really like study the words and everything, huh? And you know, after that, I just sat back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was it for me. I was gone.